Hello my loves and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. In today's video I want to show you how I prep my skin for makeup. I do have an oily skin type, and if you have an oily skin type as well and you want to know how you can prep your skin to make your makeup as long lasting as possible, please keep on watching. And I just used some toner. This is by Balea. This is a German drugstore brand. I do not know if you can get it in any other countries, but it has some salicylic acid and some zinc in it. And both of these ingredients are very nice if you have acne prone skin and oily skin. So I use a little bit of that to start my skincare. So skincare is a very important step to just prep your skin for makeup. Next I use another toner, and this is also from Malaya. It's just a moisturizing toner. You could use, in this step you can use a light serum, or you can use any toner that just moisturize your skin a little bit. So I use a few drops on my hands and I just put it on like that. I let this dry for half a minute or so, and then I go in with a second layer of that. So I use this No Cosmetic eye cream next. You can use a normal moisturizer as well. So this is the Chanel Le Base Mattifiante. This is a mattifying primer from Chanel. It is a little bit mattifying, and it also hydrates your skin a little bit. So this is a very nice primer for oily skin. I really like it. Do you need a primer that is that expensive? No. I think you can find something very similar in the drugstore, but you know, I love luxury primers, luxury foundations. I just really like that. And I really like the smell of this primer. It smells like an old rich lady. Yeah, I really love that. So next I want to use a sunscreen. My sunscreen that I use right now is from Nivea. It is a mattifying sunscreen. So I use a good amount of sunscreen and I just put it on. So for oily skin, it's really nice to use a mattifying sunscreen, because I've tried out a lot of sunscreens, and very often they're very shiny, very glowy. So by putting these on with an oily skin type, it just looks atrocious. After a few hours you look like you bathed in oil. Not a nice look. So I've made the experience that using a mattifying sunscreen like this, looks very shiny now, but if you give it a few minutes it mattifies and it looks very nice on the skin. Or serum sunscreens tend to be very lightweight on the skin. They feel very nice as well. They're very lightweight and they're also not overly shiny, so they're great for an oily skin type as well. I'll let it sit on my face for quite some time now, because I want to do my eyebrows and my eye makeup now, and then I will be back and do the rest of my face makeup. So I just very quickly did a simple blue eye look. I've used the Blend Bunny Lure palette for this, and I just used the 3 mattes of the blue row, and then I really like the shimmers in the palette as well, but the blue shimmer was just a little too deep for the look that I was going for. So I grabbed also my Winter Wonderland palette, and I've used the pastel blue as a highlighter in my inner corner, and I used this very light blue shimmer shade because I do not have a lot of time left, because I need to go to work. I'm filming this in the morning, and I just do not have a lot of time left. So, as a next step, I use a little powder puff, and I just grab a teeny tiny bit of powder, of loose powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier loose setting powder, the translucent setting powder. It's an oldie but a goodie. I really love it. And it's so much product in there. I have this for a very long time now. It's just so much product in there that I just can't use it up because it's so much. And I use just a tiny bit of powder to mattify the areas where I get very oily, like around the nose and on my forehead. So I use a setting spray now. This is the Oil Control Setting Spray by CATRICE. It's a very nice... I use multiple layers of setting spray to just create a barrier between my face and my foundation, so the oils have a harder time to get through and actually show up on the face. So today I'm using the Dior Forever matte foundation. It's just very nice. It's very long lasting. It's sweat proof. It doesn't transfer a lot. Even if you get very oily, it stays on very well. It has a kind of natural glow to it, but you can mattify it very easily with just a little powder. And yeah, I really love this foundation. I also got the glow version of it, and even with my oily skin, the glow version of that foundation is still working and lasting very, very beautiful on my skin. So next step is concealer. I use the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I really love that line. It's just amazing. It's just an amazing skin base foundation line. It's just very, very good. It feels very nice under the eyes. It lasts a long time. It doesn't crease a lot. And as I said, my under eyes are quite dry, so this feels very, very nice there. For bronzer, I use a cream bronzer. This is the Rare Beauty cream bronzer. So then I want to apply another layer of setting spray. So now I use my powder proof again with a little bit more powder than I used in the beginning, and I always like to tap it off of my hand a little bit so I do not get in with too much powder, because that's not a cute look. So I just set around my nose, and with the rest I go on my cheek and around my mouth, because it can sometimes crease a little bit there, especially if I talk a lot. And then with the rest I go around my cheeks just a little bit, because I like to apply a powder blush. So setting this area definitely helps to apply the powder blush and to blend it out. And then I go a little bit under my eyes. I just set my forehead, especially between and on top of my eyebrows. Too shiny in that area, your skin tends to look very oily, very greasy. So I really like to mattify that area, and the rest of my forehead just a teeny tiny bit. So then I go just in with some blush. I always use the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette. So I want to use my final layer of setting spray now. I'm using the Kaleidos Space Age Skywalker highlighter. So I really hope I was able to give you some tips to elongate the longevity of your makeup if you have a oily skin type. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I really hope that I will see you in my next video. Bye!